is Eftita Susarani from C class. I make this video for my reading assignment. It's about GPS. GPS is a navigation system using satellites in outer space, and the receiver is on the surface of the earth. The receivers enable the satellites to receive signals and then bounce it back to the outer space. So the outer space satellites can receive a message that where the exact position of something, anything could be located. What are the benefits of GPS? It used to be for military purposes. It can locate the exact position of submarine in the bottom of the sea or military ships or even aeroplane in the air. For police department, it can track the exact position of bad people in a certain area, or prisoners who try to escape in some rich country with well-established country. They put a sort of kind of bracelet or necklace with a GPS in it, so they can track it just in case if the prisoners escape from the prison. For civilians such as farmers, as we know, farm in the United States or in the EU has a vast area, so it's very hard to locate something in a such vast area. So for example, a tractor might get lost at night without sufficient light, so farmers put a GPS receivers on their tractors so they can locate or find way to get back to the barn or house, so they can, without any sufficient light, they still can get back to the place desired. Not less important is for a person who is in need help, and usually in the police department operators, a GPS can in a telephone call can track people where the people who need help might be. For parents, for example, who still have a kid in their elementary school who is not an adult, they can put GPS receivers on their bags or something like that, so the parents will not worry about their children might get lost, because the parents can locate their children. For those who owns a rental business car, they can put their car they can put the GPS receivers on their car, so just in case if there's a people who rent their car and the car won't get back or return in time when the people who rent supposed to turn it back, but it hasn't get back yet, so the owners can track the cars, their vehicles, where it was, and so it prevent loss. For travelers, it's the most enjoyable thing that we, for travelers, for those who travel abroad to a place uh, they never been, for example, or even in a big cities, even they want to locate a tourist destination. They don't have to be worried they, because they don't speak the origin language, for example. They can simply read the GPS without worry about getting lost. So the conclusion is, not only for military purpose or government purpose, GPSs can now be used uh, for civilians. It's very useful. But of course, there are the disadvantage of GPS. There, there are always two sides of a coin. There's the advantage and the disadvantage. The disadvantage is when it used by a wrong or bad people or person, they might can locate someone, they can follow someone without any consent of the person. It could be dangerous because they can, the bad people can keep track on the victim, for example. So they, when condition is possible, they can do something wrong to the person. Uh, and today in 2020, the GPS still not perfect, but it still develops. And yeah, in some cases, it cannot show an exact hindrance, sort of kind of high walls or uh, small paths that it can get through by a car, or a small river, something like that. A GPS just show where paths to go. They just cannot describe something like, sort of things like that. In some cases, I was finding in the US, or it, even a police officer, a police department can be sued by someone because of tracking someone without any consent of the person, without any permission. So the police department can be sued by a civilian. There's a law that regulates it. And another thing is, there are many cases being put in court because putting a GPS receiver without someone's permission or consent. Finally, the number 5 question is the latest invention about this GPS. There is a GPS developed by the EU, or European Union. It's known that the GPS had a very well accuracy. It even claims that it has 3 times better accuracy than the regular GPS, and it also has a more advantage, such as more powerful, so it cannot be distracted by any other wave. As we all know that there are many waves in the air, the atmosphere, sort of kind of radio wave or anything. It cannot disturb this new GPS from the EU project. The new GPS is called GPS Block Vert, and also the Galileo GPS. That's it for now. Thank you.